What is going on, fellow farmers? Welcome back to another episode of FS25 with your boy cjfarms. Today, guys, we're going to be back on the Ponderosa map, finishing picking up these trees. I think we're going to plow the field ourselves. I think I told you guys this last time, but I don't like the way that the workers plow in the field. It just doesn't like it's going to get done properly. And you guys know me, I like to go straight back and forth. So we'll start on this end and we'll go that way and then come back and forth. But we'll do that at a later time. Right now, we've got quite a bit of money. Got over $1 million in the account. So we got the wood chip machine, the wood chipper fired up, and we are going to start picking up these trees and putting these in the wood chipper. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you smash that like button for me, and I would really appreciate it, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It really helps the channel. All right, let's go ahead and get this in here. So I do want to tell you guys a little something that happened to me. Let's see, what is today? Thursday? So it happened to me yesterday, but it was like early Wednesday morning it happened. So what happened was I went to bed around 11 o'clock on Wednesday night, right? Because as you guys know, I have to get up at like 4:30, like really early in the morning, to get up and get motivated and get my kids up at 5:45. So Wednesday night I went to bed around 11 o'clock. And was sleeping really good, and all of a sudden at 2:45 a.m. that morning I woke up, and as I woke up I was in the middle of a not a bad anxiety attack, but a pretty bad enough to where it was, affecting me. And I woke up and I immediately felt like I couldn't breathe. I had to kind of start doing my breathing techniques that my therapist taught me years ago. And I had to start breathing in my nose, out of my mouth, really slow to get my heart rate to come down. My heart was racing. I felt like I couldn't breathe, and it was just a very scary feeling. For those who have anxiety, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I felt like I couldn't breathe, so I sat up in my recliner, and I started trying to get my breathing under control. And I ended up having to step outside and get some air, and that seemed like it helped a lot. When you're under an anxiety attack, we got to cut this tree down. That's not going to work. When you're under an anxiety attack, getting air on your face really, really helps. It helps, a ton. But I got some air on my face. It seemed to have done the job. I came back in, and this anxiety attack lasted for probably an hour and a half. And keep in mind, it's 2:45 when I woke up from it. And so I ended up, taking my dog outside, trying to distract my mind, and it didn't seem like anything was working, and it's one of the scariest things for me, and I think everybody can probably relate to this, is that one of the scariest things is not having control over your own thoughts. It's a very scary process. But anyway, I went out and got air. I took my dog outside, and then I came back in, came down to my studio here, and I grabbed I have a box fan down here that I use, so when I'm smoking cigarettes in my studio, I open the door, turn the fan on, the smoke goes out the door. Well, I got my box fan, took it back in the front room with me, and I had to angle it and turn it on to where it was hitting me directly in the face, so I'd have some air on me. Finally, around 3:45, the anxiety started leaving, and I was praying, of course. I always pray when I have anxiety attacks, and I got the box fan on me, and I laid there, but every time I was dozing off for even a second, it felt like the anxiety was coming right back, and it would just wake me right back up. So finally around 4 o'clock, my wife was getting ready to leave for work, and she came in there and asked me if I wanted a blanket. And at the time, after that, I was kind of chilly. I was like, you know what, yeah, I'll take a blanket. So my wife brought me a blanket. She turned the fan down for me, and I dozed off and went to sleep, and that was around 4 o'clock, and I had to get right back up. Now that morning I didn't get up at 4:30. I set my alarm for 5 and got up at 5 so I could have that extra 30 minutes of sleep. And then I got up, and I noticed when I got up from falling asleep that morning that I was still feeling pretty anxious that day, all day long. Even I went to dialysis, I was still feeling pretty anxious from the anxiety attack. And when you have an anxiety attack, it kind of just it wears you out. Like, it exhausts your body because you're fighting against something that you sometimes have no control over, you know what I mean? And the only thing you can do is breathe it out, or you can take medicine. Now, I do have anxiety medicine. I take what they call clonazepam. Have you ever heard of that? It's Klonopin, and I get the 0.5 milligram tablets. So I couldn't take one that morning. I couldn't take one that early in the morning. It was too early, and I knew if I did, I wouldn't wake back up to get my kids up for school, because they do knock you out. They calm you down, but they also knock you out. So I went to dialysis, and I noticed I was feeling anxious all day long. Now, let me tell you guys, keep in mind that my medicine is always my very, very last resort. Before I ever take my medicine or think about taking a pill, I will do my breathing techniques, I will pray, I will do whatever it takes to get rid of that anxiety. So I just kept feeling kind of anxious all day. I left dialysis and came home. I got home around 2 o'clock that day, and I was still feeling pretty anxious. And around, I think around 3 o'clock, my wife came home from work, because she gets off at like 1:30, sometimes 2:30. And I told her, I said, look, I've been feeling anxious all day. And she was already aware of what happened. If I can get this tree in here. She was already, well aware of what happened, because I had told her earlier that day. And I said, look, I'm going to go in here and take me like a half of one of my Klonopins, so I can get my heart rate, myself to just calm down. You know, my heart had been racing all day. I wasn't really feeling good because of the anxiety attack. It just kind of made me feel a little down and out yesterday. Where is this wood chipper? Oh my gosh, I'm on the other side of the wood chipper. Drop that tree. But, anxiety's a scary thing, man. But anyway, I took my half a pill, and it calmed me down. It took about probably 30 minutes to an hour to really absorb into my body and take effect. But it worked. And lo and behold, I had to sit down in my recliner, tilt my head down, and kind of just sit there with my eyes closed for a little bit. But man, I tell you, I didn't have a very good day yesterday, and you guys know me. I always stay positive through everything that I go through. Even in a situation like that, I try to, it's picking up the wood chipper. I try to stay positive, which I was staying positive, but at the same time, when you have an anxiety attack like that, not only does it make you feel a little down and out, but it exhausts your body. Like, it makes you feel completely exhausted after it's all over and said and done. Like, after I took that half a pill yesterday when I got home, man, I was so exhausted. My body was just so exhausted. My brain was exhausted. Where is my Kubota at? Where's my Kubota? And the crazy thing is I haven't had an anxiety attack in a long time. The last anxiety attack I had was when we first moved in here last year, and it was like the first couple of months we were living here. And I had a bad anxiety attack that lasted for what seemed like 2 hours. I think it was like 2 hours it lasted. And, man, it's just a scary feeling to know you don't have any control over your own thoughts, to know that, what's going on is you have to recognize it for what it is. We recognize things for what they are. Anxiety is it's just a spirit, man. It's just a spirit that's attacking you. You're being spiritually attacked. And that's how I've always looked at it. And that's how a majority of the way that I've learned to control my anxiety when it comes on like that is, my dad always told me, he said, you have to recognize it for what it is, son. My dad always calls me son. Even though I'm 47 years old, my dad still calls me son. But he said, you have to recognize it for what it is. And I've noticed since I've done that, and I really recognize the anxiety for simply what it is, which is, like I said, it's just a spirit that's attacking us. It's helped me to control it a little more, and of course, with that said, I go into really deep and intimate prayer with God when I go through that. Even though you don't think your mind can focus, once you get used to doing it, your mind gets used to focusing on, talking to God and, praying and asking God to help you with it and remove it from you. And it helps, man. Prayer's power, man. I'm a firm believer in prayer being power. I think this trailer is probably almost full. Let's check the percentage on it real quick. But I've always believed that prayer is power, and I'll always be a firm believer in that. So we got 85% wood chips on this trailer right here. All right, let's hop back in the Kubota. Fire it back up. Put the bucket down. Not that much. There we go. That should do the trick right there. Oh, is that gonna... Okay, you can't have it down too far. It'll affect your driving. But yeah, guys, it was just kind of a rough day yesterday, man. Like, I just didn't know... I mean, when it hit me that early in the morning, it was kind of like shocking, because usually when I have anxiety attacks, which like I said are not too often, they're very few and far in between. Very, very few and very far in between. You know, it's usually like during the daytime when I'm awake, or, you know, but I've never had one hit me in my sleep like that. And let me tell you, even though it wasn't a bad anxiety attack, it was kind of mild, but at the same time it was bad enough to, you know, freak you out. Or freak me out, I mean. But even though it was just mild, it's still like the fact that it hit me in my sleep like that, and I was already having an anxiety attack when I woke up, it just threw me for a shock, man, because I never experienced that. Not that type of anxiety attack where it, you know, it hit me in my sleep. But anyway, I just want to kind of share that with you guys and let y'all know what happened yesterday. And we have been putting content out all week here on cjfarms, as well as the Patreon and criminal justice. I think I put out 2 or 3 videos on criminal justice this week, something like that. But we got consistent content coming in over on cjfarms, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate the comment from Phil. Again, Phil, big shout out to you, brother, for always commenting on the video and liking the video. I really, really appreciate it, man. I really do. But yeah, guys, make sure you hit that like button. When you hit the like button, it raises the video a bit higher and puts it out there for more people to see. That is how... Unfortunately, that is how the YouTube algorithm works. If you're not hitting the like button, people ain't going to see the video. I mean, the people who are already subscribed will get notified and see it, but the other people who don't know about the channel, they will... Did I leave wood chips there? No, I got them all. For people who don't know about the channel, they're never going to see the videos if the likes are not, you know, going up. So if we got, you know, 50 views over here, I'd like to see at least 20 likes. That'd be nice, because you're never going to get as many likes as you do views. Like, if you get, like, I've got a video on my main channel that's an LSPVR full install tutorial for 2023. It's got like 396,000 views, but the crazy part is I think it's only got like 3,000 likes, and that's what's crazy. It may be more than that. It might be 10k likes, but you never get as many likes as you do views. I don't know why it's so hard for people to hit the like button, but it is. It just really is. So if we're getting, you know, 50 views over here, then I like to see like 20 or 30 likes. If we're getting 100 views, then I'd like to see, you know, 40 or 50 likes. I just think that, you know, it's not hard to hit the like button. It's really not. And I'm not going to get any kind of like fancy, you know, chicken coop. I just want to get something like the base game. I like using the base game. Now, I got this mod here. It's a pretty cool mod. Now, this is a cool mod right here. I do love this mod. It holds 700 chickens. 700 chickens. And if we got the room, I wouldn't mind putting this down. Where does the food go? Right there. It goes in that. So we'd have to get some wheat and have it hauled in and put on the ground to feed our chickens. Now, I do wonder if the door opens. I don't know. So let's get this one. I really want the one that holds, because this one's cheaper. This one's cheaper. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can kind of see what our options are here for placing this down, because I want to be able to go behind it. All right, so I think we're going to put it about right. We'll put it about right there. There we go. All right, now let's zoom back down, and then we'll have to color the rest of the ground here in that texture we just had. So let's go back down to painting. And let's grab that forest grass. I think that's what it was, right? Yeah, so we're just going to color all this with the forest grass painting, because I want it to match. You know what I mean? I want it to all match. I don't want it to be, you know, concrete here and then forest grass on the other side. Let's turn it around. Let's go down. I think we got it all. It's probably painting the inside of the coop too. All right, let's check it out. Let's see. I'm hoping these doors open. They do not. The doors do not open. So where do you get your eggs from? Does this door open? Okay, that door opens. Is there a light switch in here? There's got to be. Give me a second, guys. We'll figure this out. Right there. There we go. Okay, there's a light switch. And this door opens out to the back. Okay. Does this one open? Now, why does the other one open? Okay, so our eggs come out right here. That does not make any sense whatsoever. This door has to open. Come on. No? I'm so surprised that this door does not open. I'm really surprised it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't see anything about opening the door or anything like that. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. All the other doors open, but this one does not. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We got quite a bit of money. We're going to go ahead and close these doors up. We'll leave the light switch on. We'll close this door, and we'll close this door. Let's go ahead and buy our animals, and we're going to have to get quite a bit of wheat for these chickens, and I might just put some on the ground. If I can do that. I think I can. Let's see. All right, so we want some older chickens, of course, because they're going to be the ones going to produce eggs. I'm going to fill this thing to the max. This holds 700 chickens, right? So let's get like 4 babies. Let's get 4 baby chicks. We're going to get 1 rooster only, which will be Riley the rooster. We've had him since FS19. Oh, Riley the rooster. And then we'll buy the 250 mature chickens. All right, we're gonna pack it up, guys, because eggs and honey sell for really good. They sell for really good. Okay, so that is it. All right, that's it. So we got that. I'm just amazed that this door does not open. Unless this trigger right here is getting in the way of it. I don't know. Oh, it does open. Got to hit a certain area. All right, so we got our chickens there. There goes Riley right there. What's up, Riley? Sup, son? All right, so and we know this door opens for sure. So our eggs will come out here. And I believe we feed our chickens right through here. So yeah, what we need to do is tip some wheat to the ground back here and just use our front loader Kubota to put our food right in there. That's what we're going to do. All right, let's close this. Yeah, you can't be on that other trigger or it will not do it. So we're just going to leave that door alone. I don't know why they put that trigger right there. I'm sure they probably knew that was going to interfere, you know, with opening the door. I don't know why they would put that there. I have no clue. Yeah, I just don't know. See if we can't get this just right. All right, nice. Can we get 2 at a time? Oh, we almost had 2 at a time. Yeah, this is going to take a bit to feed these chickens because there's 700 chickens, so it's going to take a lot of wheat to feed them. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of FS25. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know if there'll be any content tomorrow. There may or may not be. I just don't know. You know, most of the time when I get up early in the morning, I have to really focus on getting myself motivated and, you know, getting my kids up for school and getting them out the door on time. With that being said, everyone, have an amazing day. This is CJ Farms, and one crop at a time, we're helping America grow. And the next time we do these episodes, guys, we're going to get back into talking about the Word of God. I promise you, Phil, we will. We will definitely do that. God bless you all. Don't forget to put God first. Read your Bibles, ladies and gentlemen. Read your Bibles. The Bible says, study this Word. Study this Word to show thyself approved. God expects us to read that Word. He does. That being said, everyone, I love you all so much. God bless you all. Have an amazing day. And I will see you all in the next video.